A new edition is coming to the Panhandle Humane Society in Scottsbluff. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a great addition coming to the Panhandle Humane Society later this year. Scottsbluff High School spring intern Max Meyer has that story.
Have you ever thought of adopting a dog but didn't know if the dog would get along with you? The Panhandle Humane Society is doing something to change that. A Get Acquainted room will be added to the Humane Society to give potential dog owners a chance to bond with the dogs before they adopt them. PHS Executive Director Amy Bartholomew says she is excited for the new room and hopes that it will give the animals and their potential owners a chance to build a relationship.
It is, and also, we don't take puppies outside because of the risk of parvo, and so it'll serve many purposes, and we're really excited to have a second room like that, and an actual purpose for that room. It used to be used for bite holds. It's not really compatible with holding dogs, for days anymore. So
the room will add to the already existing dog run to give the dogs and their potential owners a chance to bond. Bartholomew says they will call the room the Wyobraska Rescue Room because they are using money from local fundraisers to fund the project.
We like to have names for our rooms because it's easier than saying the dog get acquainted room. So we call it the Wyobraska Room because we used the funds, or we set aside funds from one of the Wyobraska fundraisers a couple years ago to kind of the seed of the idea for that room.
Bartholomew says the hope is to have the room completed by the end of the summer. In Scottsbluff, Max Meyer, KNEB.TV News.
Well, there were only minor injuries involved Saturday night as an SUV plowed into a house in southeast Scottsbluff. Scottsbluff Police, Fire, and Regional West EMS were called to the intersection of 15th Street and 10th Avenue at 9:30 p.m. Investigation revealed that 60-year-old Braulio Cruz of Scottsbluff was driving westbound on East 15th in a 2001 Chevy Tahoe at a high rate of speed when he ran the stop sign at 11th Avenue. After crossing 11th Avenue, the vehicle ran off the road to the left, across an empty lot, then through a fence and into a home in the 1400 block of 10th Avenue. The home was occupied, but no one was injured inside. Cruz and a 38-year-old passenger did receive minor injuries that were treated at the scene. Cruz was arrested on charges including driving under the influence, willful reckless driving, and no proof of insurance. We'll have more news right after this.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
Welcome back. The gavel came down for a man who crashed his vehicle into the 18th Street Plaza in January. Olson Sutton was sentenced to 365 days in jail last week for driving under the influence of alcohol and damaging city property. District Judge Andrea Miller stated that it was his third DUI offense and he needed to be held accountable for his actions. Sutton was also given a $1,000 fine for damaging city property and had his license revoked for 15 years. Well, a brother and sister from Lyman have been arrested after one of them had been eluding authorities. 46-year-old Jose Gomez had 3 outstanding warrants for his arrest, and Lyman police learned he had been staying at his sister Jesusa's residence. Last week, Chief Rob Hackett made contact with Jose at the home, and Gomez then attempted to run away before getting tased and taken into custody. He's facing new charges of resisting arrest, second offense, and obstruction, in addition to his outstanding charges. Jesusa Gomez was arrested and charged with harboring a fugitive and possession of a controlled substance. Both were arraigned on the latest charges last week in Scottsbluff County Court. And authorities say a 29-year-old Scottsbluff man died from injuries sustained in a one-vehicle accident late last week. Banner County Sheriff Zane Hopkins says his office was notified of the accident on Highway 88 about 4 miles east of the Wyoming state line around 6 a.m. Friday. He says the investigation of the State Patrol assistants determined that a Ford sedan was eastbound between 1 and 2 a.m. when the driver, Hyman Mesa, lost control, causing the car to leave the roadway and roll several times. Hopkins says Mesa was not wearing a seatbelt and had been ejected and was pronounced dead at the scene. Speed and alcohol were being investigated as contributing factors.
To sum up the past 20 years in one word, exceptional. It's one of our core values. But our people have been truly exceptional. Our customer support has been exceptional. In 20 years, where will Allo be? When we started, we were just a business fiber company. Then the demand came from residential. Now the products of both business and residential just continue to expand. We've got to start with customers' needs and always work backwards. The customers will tell us, and our teammates will take us there.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features. Colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens. Brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
Now the latest from the Scottsbluff Body and Paint Sports Desk. Scottsbluff Body and Paint, you're driving home our reputation.
Had a late week signing from last week to recap, plus a few other notes on today's TV update. To Baird High School we go from last Thursday afternoon as senior Lexi Fiskus signed to play basketball at Central Community College in Columbus, putting pen to paper, finalizing a dream Fiskus has had for a long time.
Yeah, I've always wanted to, and as it's gotten closer, it's came more real to me. I've watched my cousin, she played in college, and I always just knew I wanted to do that, but I didn't know if I quite had the skills to do it. But as it's gotten closer, it's definitely gotten more real for me to realize that I can do it.
This past year, Baird had an outstanding season, finishing 22-4. Fiskus, a big reason why. She averaged 14 points and 5 rebounds per game. She says she's come a long way since her freshman season with the program, pointing to one area in particular.
Definitely my shooting. It's definitely gotten a lot better since I started. I was a little inconsistent, and I'm getting better.
Baird head coach Colt Naylor says Fiskus has plenty of traits that should serve her well as she heads east to start her college basketball journey.
I think her IQ is really high. She's almost like having a coach on the floor. She leads by example. She just works really hard in practice and in games. She never takes a play off, and I think that's going to push her through to the next level.
That was from late last week as Baird senior Lexi Fiskus signed to attend school and start her college basketball career in Columbus, Nebraska at Central Community College. 4 games, 4 wins for the WNCC baseball team. The Cougars sweep a 4-game set from NJC that started last Wednesday, ran through Saturday. WNCC closed the regular season with 5 straight wins to finish 18-10 in the Empire Conference. Now coming up, it's the Region 9 tournament in Colorado Springs. Southeast and Otero got the opening round byes. The Cougars will play either that same NJC squad or Lamar in their tourney opener. The Region 9 tournament starting Thursday in Colorado Springs. High school sports, both Scottsbluff soccer teams got beaten district finals on Saturday. The girls were shut out at Bennington. The boys were shut out at Omaha Skutt. Tomorrow, Baird hosting their boys golf invite, plus there's district track and field this week. Tomorrow, Class B teams at Ogallala. Wednesday, Creek Valley hosting the meet for area teams in Class D. And then on Thursday, Baird hosting the district meet for Class C teams from the region. That's the latest today from right here at the Scottsbluff Body and Paint Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Tired of feeling stuck? Not sure if you are on the right track? Platte Valley Bank can help keep your finances moving forward with checking account options to fit your lifestyle and an online account chooser to make finding the right account easy. Control your financial future with helpful budgeting tools and automatic savings plans. Now is the time to enjoy the ride with Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
And finally tonight, there was picture-perfect weather for participants in the 15th annual Summit to Summit 7.2 mile race this Saturday in Gering. More than 150 people registered for this challenging course that begins and ends at Summit Christian College, with the halfway point being the summit of the Scottsbluff National Monument. Nick Kazire is the top men's finisher with a blistering time of 44 minutes 13 seconds, while Jackie Musgrave winning the women's division with a time of just over 1 hour 3 minutes. Race organizer Scott Gribble took time to honor Alan Ritter, the only male runner to finish in the 70-plus category.
And Alan's time was 1:34.52. I think the first time you ran, you were still running in the 50s age group, weren't you? And so you ran in your 50s all the way through 60s, and thank you for running again in your 70s with us.
Gribble noted that Ritter had been a runner in all 15 years of the Summit to Summit race. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.